And we are live.
We'll probably get in Discord.
Oh yeah, we gotta unmute.
In the Discord. Break out the headphones. Clearly forgot all the little things.
Sorry guys, if my voice sounds bad. I got a little cold over the weekend.
Fun.
But the show must go on. The show must
There
go
you
on.
go. All right. I'm in and I'm unmuted. You know what? I actually have because I gotten a new phone recently. I actually have the they're not AirPods, but AirPod like earbuds. I never thought about actually trying to connect them to my computer and using them.
I love mine. I love mine.
Yeah,
I use
I don't
them so
know.
much.
I'm hit or miss on them. They fall out of my ears constantly. And I've
They
tried
do what
changing the
on your
different,
ears?
like the different
Oh,
rubber
fall
gasket
out.
sizes.
Yeah.
I've tried all three and none of them really seem to. Yeah, that was always even like wired earbuds, like not this type at the time with the plastic gasket,
Yeah.
rubber gasket. They kind of fell out of my ears, and that's why I liked it was wired because like they'd fall out and whatever. So especially because I started using the wireless at the gym now, and it's just like I'll be in the middle of a set and it'll pop out and go bouncing on the floor, and then I'm worried about someone stepping on it.
Right. Well, that's crazy. I've never really had that happen.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's always
I've had them fall out, but only if I like bump them or something.
no, it's always been an
Which
issue. So
AirPods?
what's up?
Which AirPods are they? Which model?
Oh,
Do you
I
know?
don't even know. I mean, they're not because they're not. I have a Samsung, so they're not obviously Apple AirPods. They're just
Okay.
whatever random brand. I think I need to get a different style though, because I was talking to Walter and he showed me the pair he has, and like the they're just like the form is different or whatever. Um, he's like try these, they work so much better for me. He's like I had that same problem.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I've got the AirPods Pros, and I've never had a problem with that.
Nice. Yeah. Well, like I said, even regular wired earbuds, it would even happen sometimes. So I don't know. I guess I just don't have a standard ear hole. I need the cat size. I gotta get the
Size.
the cat pods.
Cat
Someone make me,
pods. I
someone
like
make
it.
me the cat pods.
I like it.
Anyway,
Love
I
it.
guess in theory, AirPods is technology and technology is related to crypto. So somehow related to the When Soon show. Oh goodness, I have to queue up. I have LeoFinance queued up. Oh, look at that. Tesla dipped under 230 while we were on. Man, this thing's just giving back all those gains from this morning.
Yeah, the market is looking rough today. Looking rough.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, yeah, this starting to look like we just got a dead cat bounce Monday. Tesla gapped open huge. It was at 240, and then it's just been going down, which was good until about a point ago because I put on a new poor man's covered call on Friday. So obviously I was up nice on Monday and thought about just booking it, but those positions are supposed to be longer term. And the good part was I needed to go down a little bit today because my short-term option started outpacing my long-term. But now we're flipped again. So now going down from here actually is losing me money, but up until like 230 it was actually a positive because my weekly was outpacing my leap. Good old options trading. Dude, the poor man covered calls have been good to me. I mean, I'm only messing around with like a small amount of money, but I'm up like 40% on the year. Just casually
Yeah, that's
doing these.
wild.
Yeah,
That's
casually
wild.
doing these poor. And this is with me making mistakes and learning things. Like I had a Tesla position that I stayed in 2 months longer than I should have. And in that 2 months gave back 50% of my profit
Damn.
on one trade. Yeah, Tesla's great because the implied volatility is so high. Just selling premium is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm in a few others, but Tesla's generally the
Let's see.
biggest money maker.
Let's
Obviously, it helps that the stock went up. Like I missed this whole ride down. I got out of it at like, what was that? 240, I think it was. Oh no, back on the earnings, I got out of it up at like 260. Um, I finally closed that other position that I'd given back a bunch of profit on, and then I just waited, and then on Friday, I got in, which I was pretty comfortable with, because I'm like 205, 210 is support resistance anyway. So I got in, it was like 213. And the thing is so oversold right now.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on with the markets, but seem to give a lot back.
I
I
mean,
just I just hit Tesla on my trading view chart, and then I got this Elon. Did you get this Elon thing?
no, what? Hold on. I don't know. Let me see. Isn't like,
Hit the TSLA Nasdaq ticker. You get like a little emoji of Elon Musk.
I'm not getting that. Interesting.
I just posted in Discord.
That's freaking hilarious. Hold on. I gotta
It's
go.
really funny. It was like an animated thing that moved across the screen. It was cool.
I gotta see this. Oh my God.
Did you get it?
You know what? I'm trying to think. I think maybe the
Hilarious.
first time I'd gone to Tesla, um, I got logged out for some reason. When I logged back in the first time I went to Tesla, I think I got that pop up and I'm like, what the freak? That's unreal.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable. All right. I got to find my way to the threadcast.
By the way, speaking of the Threadcast, I've been replying to a bunch of people. That's why I'm a little quieter. Um, Speaking of the Threadcast, I have been posting the link. And if you guys have noticed, the link is labs.leofinance.io for this Threadcast. So we have a new announcement. The new UI for testing features is now live. And it's live at labs.leofinance.io. And you can test all the newest features here at Labs. So we're testing LeoCache right now. So for this Threadcast, we the team wanted to do something where we try to get to 1,000 replies on our Threadcast. Because if you remember on the production UI, once you get past like 100, 200, and then 300 replies on a Threadcast, it starts to like break down. Like the UI doesn't handle it very well. LeoCache fixes a lot of scaling issues, and one of them is that we should be able to do, thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of replies in a single thread container. So, obviously we've never tested it before because we need people to test that. But in theory, we should be able to hit 1,000 threads, no problem, in this Threadcast. So you might see bugs, but you are helping us fix those bugs. Like I said, we should easily be able to do 1,000 in this Threadcast. But we obviously need you guys to help us get to 1,000 so that we can test that and see if if theory proves correct. So we are actively testing it, and you can use the Labs UI right now. So I put up a thread, and if you read the first couple thread replies to the Threadcast, I put a couple disclaimers in there. One of them is that Hive Signer doesn't work on the Labs UI. We'll probably fix that at some point, but it's basically Hive Signer still works on the regular UI. It just doesn't work on Labs. So use Keychain or LeoAuth to sign in.
Yes, you need to
using
sign
Labs.
in, and you need to switch to dark mode.
Yeah, switch to dark mode, do all your things. It's the same UI as the production UI. It just has the new features on it. it's like a new, it's basically a testing ground for, that's why it's called labs, testing ground for all the new features. So expect a lot of bugs, and please post threads using the hashtag feedback hashtag. If you see any bugs, include screenshots, any info you can in the thread, so that we can find them and fix them. The current plan is that we're going to be pushing the labs UI to production on Friday this week. So that's the current plan. We obviously need to do a lot of bug testing before we get to that point. We want to make sure that everything's smooth with LeoCache. I put up a post on my personal account yesterday, but I was talking about LeoCache. It's a huge upgrade for the Leo UI. It's a complete rewrite of a lot of different features like feeds, the latest trending following, profile feeds for threads. So, the reason why and the long-term plan was always to launch labs so that you guys could test the new features before we rolled them out into production. Because the long-term idea is that we need to have this alpha version of the UI so that hardcore Leo users who understand that there's going to be bugs use the labs UI to find all the early bugs so that we can push a polished version to production, so that when new users come to LeoFinance, they're using a polished, great experience. They're not experiencing a lot of bugs and stuff like that. So labs is going to be a staple from now on. And the plan right now is that every week we're going to release the newest features, and labs doesn't have a set time of when it gets features. It just, as soon as we have them ready, we just push them to labs. And that's what our team uses to test everything. And that's what you guys can now use to test everything and give us feedback on all the new features. And then the plan is that every Friday, we'll take the features that we believe are ready, and we'll move them to production. So every Friday, the production UI will get an update, but that update will be the features that have been bug tested and are ready for prime time, basically. So if you want a bug-free experience, you can use the regular UI. If you want to be on the cutting edge of testing all the new features, then you can use labs. Right now, labs has LeoCache and the production UI does not have LeoCache. So like I said, we want to get this threadcast to 1,000 replies so that we can see how LeoCache works in terms of the thread container and see if it can actually scale to 1,000 and beyond. I would love to see like 10,000, 100,000. That's going to take time, and we'll hit that later on. But prior to this, we were only ever doing like 200, 300 threads in a single container before they stopped getting indexed. So that should be fixed now in LeoCache. One other thing that was fixed, and if you read my post from yesterday, you'll see it. I did a side-by-side comparison of a thread container from Taskmaster from like a month ago, I think, where he did a playlist. So he's been doing those playlists, and on the production UI, it wasn't showing. It was showing as not indexed. On the labs UI, it was properly showing. So I was just kind of using that as an example of LeoCache and what it does. So you probably already know this if you use threads a lot. If you look at a thread that's more than like 1 or 2 days old, it says that it's not indexed. And the reason why is because without LeoCache, the UI can't scale beyond like 2 days in history. So that's kind of crazy if you think about it. Like literally after 2 days, your threads no longer show on the UI, on the production UI right now. And like I said, LeoCache we've been working on LeoCache for like over 2 months now. So you guys have probably noticed that there's been a little bit of a slowdown in terms of features. We did release the leaderboard and some other stuff, but LeoCache has been the focus for the past like 1-2 months, and getting that rolled out so that we can be ready to scale. So we've got like this huge, which kind of takes me to the next piece of my rant. We've got this huge kind of overarching roadmap plan right now. And that was to roll out LeoCache and be ready for prime time, roll out labs so that we can still keep putting out new features, but not ruin the user experience for people that we freshly onboard to the production UI. So get labs out, get LeoCache out so that we can scale, get the referral system out, polish the Leo Infra onboarding protocol. And all of this coincides with our DHF proposal, which officially goes into the funding round on September 1st, which is basically around a week from today, like a week and 2 days. So
where are we at in regards to that? Is it back above the threshold or no?
Yeah, no, so we're at 94% right now. So
So close.
yeah, we're very close. We've been kind of battling for every vote that we can get. So if you guys haven't voted for the proposal, I will link it in the Threadcast and in Discord right now. If you haven't voted yet, please go vote. Put it in both. Like I was saying, it's really important that we have a lot of this stuff ready for the DHF, like when we're ready to go live with all of our marketing plans. So there's a lot in the pipeline. There's the new Zeely campaign. There's some influencers we're onboarding. There are some guerrilla marketing campaigns that we're starting. There's some traditional banners and other marketing that we're doing, and all of this is going live on September 1st. So, like I said, we're pushing out labs. We already pushed out labs like in the last few days. And then now you guys are helping us stress test it and find the bugs. Then we're going to push labs to production this Friday. And, hopefully keep finding the bugs and get it all polished for prime time. And then we're rolling out a bunch of updates to the Leo Infra onboarding system, some referral stuff. So we're this whole plan is kind of coming together now for September 1st. And the whole idea is that we're now going to be stepping out and launching this huge marketing campaign starting September 1st to onboard the next 10,000 Hivers to the Hive ecosystem. There's also something really cool that we've been working on, which we'll present it in a post later this week. But we've built this Hive onboarding course that I think is really amazing. It teaches you the basics of Hive, and it also shows you, how to get involved in other applications on Hive, and how to basically just become a Hiver, a full Hiver. So the idea behind it is that this educational course will the UI will start to basically bug you to take this educational course once your account hits about $10 worth of Leo, Hive, HBD, whatever you have, and whatever Hive-based crypto that you have in your account. As soon as you hit that $10 threshold, the UI is going to start to bug you to take this course. And it works a lot like Coinbase Earn, where if you guys have ever seen that, they basically have like blockchains that pay you $10 to take a course to learn more about that blockchain. So we're doing the same thing where we pay the user $10 to take this course and learn more about the Hive ecosystem and Hive applications. And at the end of the course, the final step is that the user downloads their private keys, and then they are prompted to either download Hive Keychain or something like that, whatever sign-in app that they want to use. And then they're prompted to go to other Hive apps and start trying them out. So the whole idea here is that, like we said in the proposal, our goal is to grow the entire Hive ecosystem and grow the pie. It benefits us, obviously, but it also benefits all the other applications on Hive and just the Hive ecosystem in general. So, we're teaching people about the Hive token in that course. We're teaching about HBD. We're teaching about Splinterlands, ActiveFit, all these other Hive apps. And at the very end of the course, we're giving them their keys and we're telling them, hey, download Keychain. Here's how you import your keys, and here's how you can sign into other apps on Hive. And I think this is really important for the onboarding process. I haven't seen any onboarding process that works exactly like this, and I'm excited for the opportunity that it presents us. So if you don't know, Leo Infra Lite accounts, they let you sign up without downloading your keys. So it's a light account because it creates a real Hive account for you, but you don't have to self-custody your keys right off the bat. So what this allows us to do, this new onboarding course, is that people can come in and sign up using Leo Infra. They don't have to download their keys. And in 30 seconds, they're posting threads, they're posting blogs, they're commenting, they're replying, they're starting to earn Leo and earn Hive and earn HBD. And then once their account hits $10, so that might take a week, it might take 2 weeks, whatever. Once their account hits $10, the UI starts to bug them. It starts to put little prompts in the corner of the UI. And it says, hey, take this free course on Hive and earn $10. And once they click that, they're prompted to do this 10, 15-minute course on what Hive is, what the Hive currency is, what HBD is, what Splinterlands is, what ActiveFit is, what all these other Hive apps are. And at the very end, like I said, it then prompts them to download the keys to their Leo Infra account that we created for them. And then it prompts them to download like Hive Keychain to their browser, and it shows them how to import those keys to Hive Keychain and then go to other apps and use them. So the whole idea there is that we've got a one-click onboarding flow to get them hooked on Hive and earning a little bit of crypto. Because I think we all know that, the way we all got hooked in here was that, we were promised that like this idea of like earning crypto for your blogs or threads. So, by hooking them in with this idea of earning a little bit of crypto, and then they actually do earn a little bit of crypto, then you give them the course where they can earn a little bit more crypto to learn about Hive. I think that's like the perfect onboarding flow to get the users that we're after. And like the DHF proposal that we launched says, our minimum target is 9,615 Hive users that we're onboarding. So brand new Hivers, and they're monthly active users. So we're not just going to onboard, 9,000 accounts and say, look, we accomplished our goal. Our goal is going to be, maybe we onboard 25,000 accounts and 9,000 of them stick around and keep using Leo, Splinterlands, whatever apps they want to use on Hive. We're going to track them, and that's the entire idea is to get them involved and get them to be monthly active users. So, like I said, this whole onboarding flow is something we've been building in the background, and it coincided with a lot of these other developments we've been working on, and then the proposal launching on September 1st. We've got like this huge, basically like the whole last quarter of this year, we've been working on all these developments that kind of lead us right to September 1st. So like I've been saying, it's really important we get the proposal over that 100% funding line. We're at 94% right now. And we've been climbing steadily. So, I don't think we're super worried about it, but if you guys want to help us, we're trying to get to 30 million. So right now we're at 25 million Hive power supporting the proposal. We're trying to get to 30 million because that will put us like well over the return proposal, which means that we're, pretty safe, funding secured level. So if you want to help us, you could make a post about the DHF proposal, what you're excited about. You can make a post about the new onboarding flow and make a post about threads and how it, impacts you, and, anything you can do to reach out to other Hivers who would vote for it. That would be very helpful. So I'm just excited to market everything and onboard a bunch of new users. I think it's finally time for prime time.
Nice. So the real question is, has everyone been storming the Threadcast while you've been giving the updates? I was plugging away at first, trying to stress the stress test.
Let's see where we're at.
So yeah, so
we're at
obviously
174.
now, there you go. Well, I mean, shit, that's actually a great pace relative to prior shows. And so basically anything that's going to be this my brain just froze. Testing upcoming features and things like that, it's going to essentially be a URL that begins with the labs.
Exactly. Yeah. The labs, you'll be able to just, if you want to just bookmark labs.leofinance.io, you'll be able to go anytime and you'll be able to get the newest features that we're testing. So
awesome.
Yeah. And if you go to there's a lot of new features already on labs. So if you go to your profile page, excuse me. If you go to your profile page, you can see, we actually last night added a new feature where you can see your stats. So you can see how many total threads you've ever posted, how many thread replies you've posted, and how many votes you've cast on other threads. So that's a new feature. And then the big new feature is that you can search. There's full text search now for all threads. And
nice.
So there's actually a lot to unpack in labs, which, we're planning to do kind of a big post on. There's a lot to unpack. But if you go to your profile page, you'll see that it looks pretty different than the production UI. So now you can search among your own threads. So like if I'm on my profile and if I search Bitcoin, it shows me all the threads that I've ever created where I mentioned Bitcoin. And like I was saying, with LeoCache, now the history of threads that are shown on the UI, not only does it go beyond 2 days, which is 2 days is like the maximum for the production UI. Now it actually goes back to literally the Genesis thread, the beginning of threads, which was about a year ago. So it shows all of the threads ever created. So, we solved the scaling issue in a huge way with LeoCache. It's definitely one of the biggest things we've ever built. So you can search all your threads. You can also, if you go to your profile page, and this is kind of fun to do, you can hit oldest, and then it'll show you the oldest threads. It'll rank order the oldest threads that you've ever made. So like I hit oldest on mine, and it says, if you're reading this, make a thread. So it literally is like the first thread that was ever created. So it's just kind of cool to see, the ability to do all this stuff. And then you can also hit trending, and you can see the threads that you got the most replies on. So this is kind of cool for me because I can see now that the biggest thread cast we ever had, and obviously we want to get to 1,000 today, but I definitely want to surpass this one. The biggest thread cast we ever did was a month ago. We did 363 replies. So pretty awesome to see. Pretty awesome to see that growth in terms of what you can do on the UI. And then you can also go to the explore page. Like I said, we're going to do a big post to unpack all this, but you can go to the explore page now, and you can search any word. So like search Bitcoin and then hit thread results. There's like a button there, and it'll show you all the threads ever created in history on LeoFinance that mention Bitcoin. So rich full text search for all threads. All threads have been indexed at this point by the LeoCache database. So pretty awesome to see.
Cool deal.
I gotta be right back for like 2 minutes. Be right back.
Do it. We're gonna thread cast in the meantime. Oh God. Cal sickness is wearing off on me through the Zoom box. Cool. All right, so let's keep pushing the thread cast. Funniest thread wins. This is cool that we have the labs function now, where we can basically mess around with all the new features, but at the same time go back to regular LeoFinance if we're dealing with buggy stuff or just don't want to fight with a new feature that's still getting worked out. What else do we got? LeoTV. When about Vegas and Hive Fest? While Cal's away. Well, Eric, I actually tagged you in the When Soon chat about Hive Fest because I don't believe the cat is attending Hive Fest unless there's something I don't know about. Also, yeah, there's an event in Vegas that a lot of the Hive dApps will be at. Everyone from LeoFinance to the Woo, the wrestling dApp. Krim will be there. She organized most of it. I'm totally drawing a blank on what the name of the conference is, but yeah, LeoFinance will be representing. Cal will be there, and I will be there as well, helping him rep LeoFinance because kind of need more than one person. I think it's Breathe. That could be what it's called. I believe, and so. Memory serves me, it's at the Las Vegas Convention Center. So it should be a pretty legit event. It was supposed to happen in May, but it got punted because there was issues, I think, with the event coordinator in terms of like their big name guests that they were going to have. They just had too many scheduling conflicts and whatnot. So it got moved to September, which I think is better. Vegas in September is just always buzzing. I mean, I guess it's buzzing year round, but I don't know. From my personal experience, September is always a great time to go to Vegas. So I think that will do well. But yeah, should be interesting. So it'll be cool. I will finally meet the infamous Cal in real life and see that he is not an AI figment on the interwebs. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and at the same time get put to work because that conference is 3 days and it's from 9 to 5 in that conference center. So It's gonna be long days, and we'll do our best to rep the LeoFinance brand and get the word out. And I think it's probably an opportunity for some synergies with other dApps and even non-Hive projects, because obviously outside of the dApps that are repping Hive, it's going to be tons of service providers slash platforms slash projects there. I know there's even going to be some like crypto real estate related folks there, which is cool. I'm looking forward to maybe chatting with them a bit and seeing what direction that is heading, since obviously real estate is my thing and is what keeps me from being homeless when we are in crypto bear markets. So yeah, should be interesting. And then right after that is Hive Fest. So, because that's in like 3 weeks, and then Hive Fest is in like a month. So Cal's got a busy travel agenda in September. So I don't know that I'm going to be at Hive Fest after going to the Vegas event. But I don't know, maybe I'll talk to Cal about it. That's going to be probably a tough sell for my schedule. But yeah, it would be cool. Obviously, I'll see some Hive folk in the Vegas event, but not nearly as many as Hive Fest. And I've never been to Mexico, so Cat's passport is valid. All right, let me get back into the win soon. So many Discord rooms. Bring the Red Bulls. Well, Eric, I hate to disappoint you. Tequila is the one liquor that I do not touch. I can sniff tequila and feel like I'm going to throw up. So I'm more of a vodka or whiskey guy. Even rum. Anything with tequila. Plus, those days are kind of over. I don't drink nearly like I used to. I don't drink much at all anymore. The good old days are gone. Eventually, your body's like, please stop doing this. The worm, there you go, Liquid Eye, yes. Beware of the worm. All right, so while we're waiting on Cal, let's poke through what else we got going on. I mean, we covered most of the stuff. So we got Hive Fest coming up. Obviously, we talked about the DHF, and still not at the finish line. So any stragglers that haven't gotten their vote in, get them voted up. And it'd be like, I personally am interested to see how it'll play out. If the LeoFinance team can hit their onboarding goal, and if they do, how much it's exceeded by, and if they don't, that's going to be interesting too, because that's going to obviously suck for Cal, because he's going to be writing essentially a big check back to the DHF. So that's always interesting. So I think I find that entertaining because, I guess in the end, I kind of like to gamble. So it's a big bet, he's making a bet that this onboarding plan will be successful. And if it's not, then he's basically gonna have to essentially eat, the spend. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it gets the people going. But let's see when Hive Fest will land in El Salvador. You know what? That would actually be probably a good place to have a Hive Fest. If you really think about it, it is super crypto friendly, and people can pay for things with Bitcoin. Oh, that's right. You know what? When Cal gets back, I think I might have to grill him on any updates on the branding, whether it's new name or whatever. Who else wants to know about that? Who else thinks I should poke Cal about the rebrand and find out what it is he's thinking? It'll now be Mezcal. That's funny. That's super funny. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, though. I'm ready for the next bull market. I did a post yesterday, I think it was. Hey, cat, your mic hides a cat. Yes, it does. I know. Boom. It's the sad cat, though, so it's fine. We want to keep the happy cat. Happy cat in play. Sad cat. No, no sad cat. We only want happy cat. I guess I could put my mic, here, and you guys would still hear me. But I don't want to look at the sad cat. We're going to keep it happy. Eric, what are you asking about? Do you think it'll drop this year or next one? I don't know what you mean. The bull market? I mean, I'm like, in regards to that, I have no intentions of getting anxious about a bull market until sometime in 2024. And if it even happens, there's no guarantee. Obviously, the next halving's coming up next year. So everyone's like, oh, bull market, it's going to happen. It's like, yeah, I understand that there's been a cycle. It doesn't guarantee it's going to happen again. I hope it does. I mean, that'd be awesome. Obviously it's a inflation related event that's positive. So, I mean, it should have a positive impact on Bitcoin, right? Because now if you think about the break even level goes higher, right? For miners. So, Addicted's in the house. Now it's going to get real. I got to be careful what I say because Addicted's going to autocorrect me. But yeah, so, I mean, again, no guarantees that we'll see a bull market in 2024, but I'm certainly not looking for one until 2024. And obviously, what is that? Springtime is the estimated halving event. And again, that doesn't guarantee that's going to be a catalyst for a bull market. Plus, who knows what's going to be going on with the economies of the world. Allegedly, the US will be in a recession. But again, Bitcoin doesn't revolve around the US economy, which is awesome. Yeah, exactly. Addicted. Come test the labs thread. Are you threading? Are you hitting the labs.leo? In fact, let me drop that in the chat again. Boom. That's the threadcast for today's show. And the labs URL is pretty much your test dummy, so to speak, or all the stuff that's been implemented. Let me scroll through and see if we got any good questions. There we go. We got some good memes. Get This Monkey's got a good one.
Sorry about that, everybody.
He's back.
Ooh, yeah. I'm back.
Update
Sorry about that.
It's all good. I just started scrolling through the threadcast to see questions. Outside of that, we would just be asking about random stuff. Talked a little bit about Hive Fest and the conference in Vegas. Apparently, Eric thinks I'm going to Hive Fest. I don't know that that's happening. It's going to be a hard sell. Basically, straight from Vegas to Hive Fest.
I know. I'll be in Vegas and Hive Fest. So going to be a big circuit month for me in September, but kind of coincides with the DHF stuff we were just talking about. So time to go prime time.
It's like the road tour before an IPO.
Exactly.
So,
speaking of that, by the way, with Vegas and Hive Fest, we're gonna have I don't have this 100% confirmed, but I'm like 99% that we're gonna have a bunch of merch and coasters and like all sorts of t-shirts and hats and shit with QR codes that people will be able to scan and sign up to Leo Infra So that whole onboarding process I was just talking about, we're gonna have QR codes at these next two events. This is the first time that Leo's ever actually done an event, like as like Leo, doing the event. So it's gonna be awesome. And like I said, we're gonna have QR codes. People are gonna scan them. Me and Mitch will be wearing the merch. I haven't even told Mitch about that, but we'll be wearing the merch. People will be able to scan, our back or something, and then they'll be able to sign up to Leo and Hive instantly. So
Perfect. Good, because my self-created merch is pretty much down to one t-shirt because the other t-shirt apparently ripped the seam somehow. So I'm down to one LeoFinance t-shirt. So that works. I saw in the threadcast, Morty asked, when Cal and Cat shave beards live on AMA? Actually, you know what? I thought there was no answer to that, but I will say when Leo price cracks the $1 mark again, at that point, maybe you'll get the Cat to shave his beard.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
Which is a low bar considering I've had this beard for 20 years.
Damn.
I've had a beard. I've been rocking this since basically like shortly after I graduated college.
Damn.
Yeah. College is the goatee.
Yeah, I actually I've never grown a beard before. This is the first time.
Nice.
So
yeah, so
love it though.
I probably should have said $5 Leo, but I figure I'd go with something we've actually seen before. So I know, it's not that $5 isn't realistic, but like we've seen $1 happen once, so it can happen again. History can repeat. So plus
Addicted thinks we're gonna hit $1 in November.
Bro, if you are right, I'll tell you right now, if we hit Leo $1 in November, I will 100% shave my beard live on camera. Because you're talking a few months from now. What? And I've been stacking my Leo.
Love to see it.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think $1 is going to get hit pretty quick when we re-enter the bull market.
We shall see. I mean, Leo, obviously, we had a sell-off in crypto. Leo was on the upswing for a hot minute. We were like 8.5 cents, and now we're down. Last I looked was 4.5, but that was yesterday. So I actually bought a nice little chunk of Leo at 5.5 cents. So when we were up at 8.5, I was like, hell yeah. Now I'm like negative. I'm like, son of a bitch. That is one thing I will tell everyone. I'm good at buying apparently big cap coins, but when it comes to small alts and Hive engine tokens, whatever I do, just do the opposite. I always think I buy these Hive, like whether it's Leo or even Hive itself. I always think I'm buying at a good price, and I seem to be wrong. All right, so
podcast.
Yeah,
I saw Taskmaster calling you out for small thread numbers. Yes, if you just joined last week.
Oh man, I didn't see that. I mean, I poked in 3 threads on the 3 threadcast before we started, but I'm obviously multitasking. He's just sitting there threading away. I'm trying to write a recap post, play host, and thread. As far as like my regular threading, yeah, he's probably not wrong. I don't thread every day. I've been threading more lately. When I have jumped on, I'll poke in like 3-4 threads. Sometimes I have like nothing to say. I'm literally like drawing a blank, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to shit thread. I almost did a thread that said, I really have absolutely nothing to thread about, and shit threading is dumb. So I'm not going to do a thread like this again. And I didn't even end up doing that one. What did he Cal as a Thor Chad? What do you think of the Maya protocol? That's funny. Yeah, I saw that Rune had rallied. More
Yeah,
tea is
Runes had
funny.
a mega rally.
You know what? I haven't actually looked since oh wow, it's actually maintaining.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
because
maintaining it.
oh wow, I didn't see that spike up to 2. When it was at like a buck 80, I'm not gonna lie, I thought about putting a short on it, like a short trade. Um, and I didn't, but looks like that trade would be struggling right now.
Yeah, you know, it's been
Well, that
pretty
like
crazy to see. Rune.
the one like 160, 170 is a pretty big level price wise. So it's at 164 right now. So like if it can hold that level, it's like literally leveling up, like it's establishing into like a higher technical range because that's been a line in the sand so many times. Um, if you look for Rune over the last year, so many pivot points at that 160, 170.
Yep.
So, but yes, my thread game is not nearly what Taskmasters is.
Addicted said he actually held his rune this time. Yeah, man, I very bullish on Thorchain right now. I think first of all, I think that the streaming swaps feature was the nail in the coffin that they needed in terms of killing sex volume and actually taking a market share from it. The streaming swaps, literally there's multi-million-dollar swaps happening now, whereas before, if you did more than a few K, you were getting huge slippage. It's an absolute game changer. So ever since that, I was like, damn, this is super bullish. The lending feature just went live yesterday, and some people think it's going to make Rune deflationary because of the fees that it collects. I mean, obviously, always be careful with the deflationary thing, but I do see like a nice little hype cycle. It looks like a kind of coordinated hype from people in Thorchain, but that being said, like the fundamentals behind these two releases are definitely huge. Yeah, Binance under fire, regulators going ham. Exactly. Yeah, I mean Thorchain, they've open source everything, and you can easily fork a UI and launch one, and node validators. They have a website where you can go see where node validators are in the world. There's a bunch of anon node validators that are all over the world, and starting to look like some early day Bitcoin shit for Rune and Thorchain. So I've been super bullish on Thorchain for a long time, but especially since that streaming swap feature. The big risk I saw with Thorchain was that they weren't really getting a ton of volume in terms of trading, and the big reason was for liquidity. So we all know how hard it is to gain liquidity as a decentralized exchange, especially when they've had some hacks and stuff. But the fact that the streaming swap thing actually works is mind blowing. It's really crazy. It completely solves that liquidity issue. I'm actually trying to figure out how we can do streaming swaps for BHBD, Hive, Leo. I'm trying to figure that out because, on 100K liquidity, if you can get streaming swaps to work, you can do, $100,000 trade. It's all just a matter of the streaming swap feature, and then arbitrage that happens, because basically what it'll do is it'll trade $100 at a time, and then it allows someone to arbitrage in between each $100 trade, and then every time someone arbitrages, it automatically does the next $100 trade, and it just kind of keeps circling like that. So it's fascinating. Whoever came up with that is a fucking genius.
All sorts of questions and comments between Discord and the Threadcast. Morty, I'm not sure I understand what your last question was about the main menu entries. So I don't know if you're in Discord, if you want to maybe drop more of an explanation. There's a fun one to think about. iJats said, if X proposes Hive and Leo to be integrated as payment cryptos in their quote unquote everything app, will we accept it?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes to Elon.
Always say yes to Elon.
Oh, all right. So Morty's saying, when on notifications and clicking notifications, I'd like them to refresh. I don't even know how. I rarely go to notifications because I'm like, I see them, and then it's like, because you can't actually click on a notification and it takes you to that thing, right?
What do you mean?
Like if you go to notifications, I don't even know where the hell.
If you go to notifications and click
Well, they
something,
pop
it should
up.
take you right to it.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Maybe because I don't go to that. You know what happens when I do a post and all of a sudden they start popping up in the bottom right? That's just like a little
Oh
message.
yeah, those are
Yeah.
just to let you know that you've got
Yep,
notifications.
yep, yep. Those aren't
We will
clickable.
eventually
That's
make them so
fine.
that you can actually click them, but
That's
right now
fine.
they're
Yeah, I
meant to just
forgot.
let you know that you got
Yeah.
some.
Yes, but when it should refresh. I mean, I would assume it would refresh anytime you go back to the page, but I don't know.
I'm not sure what he means by
Same with
refresh.
home, same with profile. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling to see what the
What do you mean by refresh?
Nomad Soul says May is the current record month in terms of monthly active users. But oh, look at August. August has got a shot.
Yeah, August is pulling through. We're doing great numbers right now.
So you're saying there's a chance. All right, what I need is I don't understand.
The notifications. Oh, okay. So you're in notifications and you click notifications again. It doesn't refresh. Are you sure? Looks like it does to me. Guess I'll test it and see.
We're at 277 threads in the threadcast. Sean Tim said, think the show shouldn't be allowed to end until 1,000 replies. Well, you all better make a big push.
Yeah, let's make a push.
Cat's got a bunch of Zoom calls lined up this afternoon. The other community I'm part of, the Alchemist Nation, for the real estate and the crypto a little bit, but yeah, where are my Florida people at? Come see me in Orlando first weekend in November at the 100 Millionaire Summit. Maybe I can get some of these real estate people to sign up to Leo and scoop up some Leo with their real estate gains.
I just replied to a Nomad's thread in the threadcast. I'm predicting 1,500 by the end of August, 2,000 in September, and 5,000 in December. Those are my three predictions right now. My three. Looks like August is beating May right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm working right now to get Beehive and BHBD listed on Thorchain. I'm talking to a few people. So new bridge version is almost ready. And
good segue into what is the update on Bridge World?
Yeah, Bridge World has been a lot of fun and landmines to walk across.
Oh yeah.
I've got a huge post planned for when everything's back to normal, but so I there's a lot of information that I'm gonna basically dump out as soon as everything's back to normal. But if you guys have been keeping an eye on the BHBD Oracle, all the HBD is back on chain in savings right now, and we're waiting to get that bridge version out. It's really important to get it live, and I'll talk more about that in that post when everything is ready. But getting that live has been super important. And then the new bridge version is going to be really reliable in terms of transactions. So we've been doing a ton of testing on it, a ton of testing. And I actually hired a company to do specific testing and feedback for us, so that we could have a secure and reliable bridge version for once. So it's radically different, radically better. And like I said, I rebuilding these bridges has been like a big focus for me the past couple months. It's been really tough work to build it. It's not, I mean, there's whole projects like Thorchain that are dedicated to cross-chain transactions. So the fact that we are also building it, on the side of actually doing like LeoFinance itself, the social app, is pretty wild. So I've been on the hunt for good Solidity devs, and I've been lucky enough to find a few who've been helping me. So yeah, we've been making really good progress on everything. And yeah, I'm expecting that the bridge is going to be all normal by the end of this month. So it's been a long journey, but I'm excited. I'm excited to have the bridge issues off my plate. I think it's been kind of a big it's been a lot of different things. It's been a big slap in the face. It's been a big time suck. It's been frustrating for us and for users. So getting that all fixed is a big priority for me.
Cool. I mean, I know there is many anticipating and waiting. It'll be good when things are more functional.
Yep, 100%.
I'm just totally GIF threading in the Threadcast right now, hardcore. Anything that's related to the term Threadstorm. Since I was told I need to step up my thread game by task. So I'm like, all right, I will hit you with a GIF storm, but there at least will be GIFs that are funny and related. No shit storm.
I see
GIF storm.
I see Wealth West asked when rethread. So rethread is going to be live on Labs, I think, in the next probably the next like day or two, I would hope, and then obviously it'll get pushed out to production with LeoCache. But yeah, rethreads is actually a piece of LeoCache, so should be out soon.
309. We're over 300 already.
Sweet. We are approaching the record Threadcasts, but we still haven't reached it yet.
What is the record?
The record, I'll post it in the thread. 363 is the record.
Oh, we'll be there in no time because we were at like 285. Yeah. I refreshed like 2 minutes later. We're at 309. Speaking of updates, how is Leo ad stuff doing? How's the ad revenue? How's just like everything in terms of progress in regards to just all the ad initiatives? I don't know that we've talked about that in the last week or two.
Yeah. I know that's another big, probably one of the biggest wins we've got.
Leo burn.
Yeah.
I'm doing that gift.
Probably one of the biggest ones is about Leo ads. So right now we're building the evergreen article protocol where when you make articles, you'll get rewards in perpetuity based on the traffic that your article generates. So I'm super excited about that. It's like been a huge thing for me on Hive that content is created on Hive so that you get the most out of it for 7 days, right? Like you have a 7-day payout window. Your content is incentivized to be good for 7 days, and then beyond that, you don't really care. The evergreen protocol completely shifts that, because now if your content is good for 7 days, it earns this normal 7-day payout, which, as we all know on Hive, you kind of earn what you earn. Like you can predict how much you're going to get upvoted for the most part. So it's pretty predictable to know what you're going to get from the rewards pool when you create long form posts on Hive. But beyond that 7-day payout window, you basically earn $0. There's really no way to earn beyond that. So with the evergreen protocol, you'll earn the normal amount that you would have earned anyways in the 7 days, because like I said, it's pretty predictable. But then if you create content that ranks well on Google and you share it on Twitter and it ranks well on Twitter, and you share it on LinkedIn, it ranks well on LinkedIn, wherever, and it gets clicks over time, you're going to keep earning beyond 7 days. So you're going to earn the 7 days reward pool from Hive and Leo. And then beyond 7 days, you're going to start to earn those ad revenue checks every single month. So I used an example when I talked about it in a post that like take someone like Taskmaster who creates, 3 to 5 posts a day. If, he creates 100 posts in the course of a year that rank really well on Google, and he's generating, let's just say 100,000 page views a month, he could be earning, $5,000-$10,000 every single month from the Leo ads protocol as an evergreen rewards check. Basically it'll just get sent to his Hive account every single month automatically. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to completely change the way that you create long form content on Hive, because instead of creating it so that you just get some upvotes, you're going to create it so that you hopefully attract an outside audience to come in to Hive, read your content, give you those page views, and then you earn those checks every single month. And you could foresee like a couple different authors, like I'm saying Taskmaster and some others, who create really good content and build up a huge base of that content. Like imagine over the course of a few years that someone like Taskmaster has like 1,000 posts that all rank really well on Google and are bringing in traffic every single month. And he's just earning checks. Now he's just earning passive revenue every single month from the page views his articles generate. So it kind of gives you that. And this goes to like our broader mission statement of, democratizing, is that now in like you could like in web 2 and like web 1, like when the internet kind of started, everyone kind of started like the blogging idea kind of came out. People started creating blogs with the idea that they could generate ad revenue, AdSense revenue, stuff like that from their own blogging website. We're kind of bringing that back with this evergreen protocol where you can create a profile on Hive that generates a lot of page views every month, and the evergreen protocol starts to pay you. So it kind of is like that old web 2 blogging idea of, hey, I'm going to build a blog out so that I earn, revenue. But now you build it on the platform, you build it on Hive, and you get paid every month in crypto from Hive. So, on Hive, but from the Leo ads protocol. So super excited about that. Super excited. And that's kind of the update about Leo ads, is that the Leo ad smart contract, we're adding that variable to it. And I know I'm always saying soon for Leo ads, but we're getting there. We're getting there. And when we launch this thing, I think it's going to be nuts.
Heck yeah. I'm excited to see the progress that's happening live as people give feedback. Morty used the feedback tag in his thread talking about the voting issue on anything that's not the main. Like your main thread is fine, you can vote, but any other one, when you highlight over the heart, it's like transposed. And then
we're working on that.
So that's kind of
it's cool. A labs bug.
Real-time feedback. But yeah, the loading is sick because like normally on threads, I'm always having issues like this. I can drag this all the way down to the bottom of the screen in one shot, and then boom, it's there. Like,
yep.
There's no me refreshing and fighting and all the nonsense. So this is way better so far in terms of just content popping up.
100%.
And I think we are at
100%.
let's see, refresh. We are at 342 threads.
You guys got to step it up.
Of which
step it up.
4 of those are gifts from the cat and 2 comments. Actually, no, 2 comments and 2 other threads. Cat's at about 9. Morty, when Neil back on Wednesday show? I think maybe we can get him to do like a guest appearance on like an anniversary or something. 1-year anniversary, something like that.
That'd be awesome.
Because
I haven't seen or talked to Neil in a long time. So
Neil is not much on Discord anymore. So I talked to him just because I have like a Zoom kind of like mastermind with some people that he jumps on. So
maybe one day for a anniversary podcast, a roundtable, we should do a in-person.
That would be cool. That would be definitely cool. Sounds like something that would happen more in a bull market when everyone's got money to throw around.
Yeah, that's what we're all waiting for now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's not on Discord much anymore because sometimes you gotta focus on your business and life and not get lost in Discord, I guess. So, but he's still doing his thing, still got his Splinterlands going, and still, holding his Leo and still, Cub, Poly Cub, he's still involved in, like, still invested in those. I don't know, what he's doing with them, but I know he's still invested, still, very much invested in the Hive blockchain. Got HBD, I think, some HBD in savings, like many of us do. Oh, sweet. I like it. Get this monkey to talk about some option stuff in the thread. I'm writing covered calls on MO. Its yield is 8.5% plus the covered call. Also writing puts. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I usually go for the more juice stuff to get the yields from the covered calls, but yeah. And that's also, I'm assuming you own that stock. So I'm not I'm using a leap as my quote unquote long side as opposed to owning the stock. I do own Tesla, but it's all in my IRA. And I don't even have 100 shares. I think I have like 75. So I can't even write calls against it anyway. But yeah, so I'm doing the poor man covered call using the leap. Got the Tesla position. I got CrowdStrike I've been in for a while, which has been working pretty nice. I have one on Twilio, and then my one non-tech is Raytheon, but that was more so me just buying it after I got destroyed on earnings, because that stock's just going to rebound because they just keep getting more and more ridiculously large government contracts for supplying to the Navy, the Army, and whatnot. So yeah, something else to keep me busy, a little options trading to go with the crypto and go with the real estate. Scrolling through the threads.
Scrolling through. See any good questions in there?
Yeah, so I'm re-scrolling again. Ah, that's funny. A lot of good gifts though. My first gift seemed to get some love, so that's cool. Man, I really got to scroll down. Geez. Let's thread more. 500 plus of the goal. Yeah, I don't know that 1,000's happening. 500 is definitely, because what time is it? 20 after 1. So yeah, I don't know how much longer we're going to be on.
Gotta keep going. Gotta keep going.
How is Cat finding threads without the sorting feature? We need this feature yesterday. Hashtag feedback.
Sorting coming soon.
RM Cedriki, you are not wrong. I'm doing the endless crazy scroll over and over and over and over. Task said, amazing what happens when people approach a crypto project with a business mindset. Beauty197 said the leaderboard is off, question mark.
Oh yeah, I replied to that one. Only on labs. It's on the production UI. Still use it.
Of course, Nifty said we on the way to 420. No surprise that that's the number that you put out.
1,690.
Here we go. I like Morty said, chat at Taskmaster 4450 AI prompt, write 1,000 meaningful reply threads in Cal's AMA threadcast now. There you go. I like it. Morty's testing if Taskmaster is actually an AI humanoid.
He is confirmed.
John Tim said, shit posting is harder than I thought. Don't know what to thread. Scaredy Cat was right. Yeah, lab is fast as hell. Oh, damn. You are not wrong, Nifty. Cat's gonna miss the live Cryptoholics podcast at Hive Fest. Well, that makes me sad because I would totally crash that mofo. Well, we'll see. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to pull off Hive Fest. I might upset some people in my IRL if I disappear for 2 weeks. That's hilarious. Did I finally get to the end? No, it's not. That's 3 minutes ago. Uh-oh, I finally got it not to load for me.
Really?
The last thread I see is yours from 3 months ago with a little
3 months
scary
ago.
cat gif.
Oh, really? I'm seeing the latest ones. Refresh.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Oh, I could refresh, but I haven't. Maybe that's the problem. I finally got to the point. I caught up. So yeah, I guess let me hit the refresh button, refresh my browser, but now I'm all the way back at the top. Yeah, so now I get all new ones.
How long will the testing of Labs UI last? Good question. So basically the Labs UI is going to be around. It's a new thing. It's going to be around forever. And we're going to push we're basically changing the way we push updates. So instead of pushing them directly to LeoFinance.io, they're going to get pushed to labs.leofinance.io, and then we'll test them for about a week. So we'll test for about a week, and then at the end of every week, like a Friday, we'll push whatever features are bug free. We'll push to the production UI. And then, it kind of just keeps resetting. So Labs is always going to have like the cutting edge latest features. It's also going to have some bugs because, things need to be tested and we need to find the bugs. So, our thinking is that there's going to be some set of users that like to have the latest features, but are okay with some bugs. And those users will use Labs. And then there's going to be some other subset of users where, maybe you want to use the production UI where there's no bugs. So, and the idea definitely is that there's going to be new users that we onboard that will only use the production UI and won't touch Labs because, we want them to have the smoothest possible experience. So, I would say that from now on, the production UI is going to be a lot more bug-free than it has been in the past because, things break when we release new features and we got to find those things and then fix them. And then, so the idea with Labs is that it'll always be around now to test all the new features and then roll them out. And there still could be bugs on the production UI. Maybe they don't get caught in Labs and then we catch them in production later. But the idea is we catch like 90% of the bugs in Labs and then we push to production and then we've got less bugs to fix in production after that. But the current test is for LeoCache and that we're hoping to push this Friday. So we definitely want to push it before the marketing campaign begins on September 1st with the DHF proposal that we did. So we want to have LeoCache out and live so that the UI is super fast, super smooth. You guys already see, I mean, there's definitely some bugs there, but we've caught most of the bugs already. And the UI is super fast. I saw Mitch just posted, damn, this thing ain't breaking 400 threads and loading no problem. So yeah. Things are going pretty well.
Yeah, it was a little premature. I think we're at like 390 something, which at the same time, new record, right?
Yeah, new record. 363 was the previous record. So definitely a new record. Records achieved.
Put that in the update, 363. Right on. Speaking of, I think I'm about to put out this recap post.
I saw a few people, Nifty and Task, and a few others ask what the deal is with Cub and Polycub. I saw task ask, is it dependent upon the bridge? Yeah, I think we actually hit a really good model with the bridge before all the bridge issues started happening. I actually think we were on pace to do something really cool in terms of generating real revenue and turning Cub into a real revenue protocol where the revenue was higher than the inflation rate. So, my goal is that we get this new bridge version out and we start rebuilding back to where we were before the bridge started running into all of its issues. And my idea back then, before the bridge started breaking down and having issues, was that we would make this thing work on Cub and start to see real success there, and then take the model and just clone it for Polycub and just say, and that was actually there was a Polycub improvement proposal that didn't get passed, but was aimed at copying the model of Cub. But what I realized is that I think the Polycub holders want to see it work on Cub first. So let's get it to work on the idea now is get this bridge update out. That's my number one focus right now. And then get back to where we were on Cub in terms of revenue being generated. It was generating like $15,000 a month that was going to buy back and burn Cub. So get back to where we were in terms of, right now the inflation rate of Cub is generating about $8,000 worth of inflation per month. So if we get back to $15,000 per month, that's obviously 2x the inflation rate. So I'm just trying to get the bridge version back, get us back to that level of revenue per month. And then, see that model really, succeed and gain some traction on Cub, and then clone it for Polycub. So we were on to something really big, I think, in terms of generating fee revenue and building Cub. So, Cub's price was actually performing super well before the bridge started running into issues. So, I'm excited to get back there. I think that is the best path forward. Yeah, Nomad was saying Cub was on a great track. It really was, before all those bridge issues, it was on an amazing track. We had, I think, 2 months of deflationary Cub where more Cub was bought and burned than created through inflation. The Cub price went up like 3x or something. Things were looking great before all those issues. So, like I said, I hired a company to do not only audits on the new bridge, but also to do like really rigorous testing on the bridge, and not the same company that we hired to do, the previous testing. And they obviously, dropped the ball on it. I'm excited to see what we can achieve with the new bridge version. And like I said, all we're trying to do is get back to where we were and get back to that trajectory that Cub was on. The Cub price is now half of what it was right before the bridge started breaking down. So if we simply get back to what the bridge was doing previous to it going down, Cub will be well over deflation. We're going to be 2x. We're going to be buying 2x the inflation every month and burning it. So yeah, so that's where I'm trying to get Cub back to. Yeah. Get Cub back there and build a real PE ratio business. That's the idea behind Cub and Polycub. You're seeing all these other DeFi platforms really struggle, and most of them have failed by this point. Cub has been hanging on by a thread, pun intended. And we are, get back to that point, and I think we're on a real good trajectory to build just a really good PE ratio business. Like the market cap, and you can calculate PE ratio, but the market cap to how much revenue Cub was generating before the bridge issues was really solid. So we're just trying to get back to that.
We're at 415 threads.
Wow. Things are holding up. You guys couldn't break it.
It hasn't broken. It's 131. The recap post is out, but now I am tempted to hang on until we hit 500, but that's going to take a hot minute. I was trying to find a good 500 GIF, but I'm not finding anything.
I know there's a good 300 one out there.
Oh, that is true. Nah, this one works. Nah, that's money. Struggling.
Yeah, I know Matt's still saying stay after the AMA. for some music and more threading. We'll both stick around and upvote all the threads. So help us get to 1,000. We're trying to, like we said, we're trying to stress test LeoCache so that we can roll it out by Friday. So help us get
Just
there.
added to the cause. 423. I mean, the reality is Task should have like 150 on the threadcast. If not, he's just slacking. Yes, Hive Signer does not work on labs.
Correct.
That was announced. Have to use keychain or Hive author. That is correct, Task. And you forgot to put the hashtag feedback on your feedback, Mr. Taskmaster. No, actually, that's a regular thread. I apparently have backed out of the threadcast. I don't know how that happened. $4.35. The train is slowing down. Who else is going? Who's going to Hive Fest? That's what I want to know. Outside of like, obviously, you guys, but like just like non-DApp folks, just Hive and Leo enthusiasts. If you are going to Hive Fest, drop it in the threadcast and let me know. I will vote your confirmation. That's very interesting. I didn't look at the video, but Ahmad Manga posted something about the YouTube video, and it basically said something about it's good at showing how bad we are at onboarding as a blockchain community, which what's it called? This apparently happened at the Absurd Tech Conference, which again, this doesn't surprise me at all. It's kind of what even Task was talking about in terms of, not much of a business mindset in the crypto space.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I think Eric's going to stick around and do music.
Nice.
I'm going to stick around and keep upvoting all the threads. So keep making replies. I'll be replying to, I'll be upvoting all of them. I want to see this threadcast get to 1,000, even though we're not going to be live, but we're halfway there. So keep it going, keep replying to each other, keep stress testing. This test is really important so that we can roll it out by Friday, roll out LeoCache. So keep going, keep going. I've already noticed a few bugs and I've been making notes of them too. So
that's awesome. 457.
And don't forget to vote the cat.
Heck yeah. Recap post is up. It is in the Discord and it is somewhere lost in the threadcast at this point.
Lost in the sauce. I'll repost it for everybody.
Opening the 430th reply in here breaks other front ends already for a couple of seconds. Other front ends
but not labs.
broken. Not labs.
Not labs.
Look at Enamored Soul with the infamous 80. The 80 rating.
Sweet.
How do I know?
All right. Next Tuesday, 29th.
Yeah, it is.
See everybody there.
The 5th. Yeah.
Sounds good. Keep breaking the threadcast, everybody.
Yes, keep threading away, everybody. The threadcast will go on, and the beats will be bumped in Discord. So keep the party going.
Yep. Sweet.
Oh, it's right. Liquid Eye. Morty, what a good little question. I forgot all about it. I was supposed to grill you when you got back.
You'll have to
Any
wait till the
up
next week.
da
Wait till next week. We'll cover it.
apparently you
cover
gotta
it.
wait till next week for any updates on the rebrand.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Get This Monkey just said this threadcast has single-handedly increased my reputation by several points. You know what? I'm assuming you're like super new because I did notice like your reputation was like a 31. So I'm like, all right, you got to be like very new or had gotten downvoted by somebody hard.
Yep.
But I'm guessing new since he didn't, I don't even think had a image in the little profile circle.
All right, guys. I will we'll see you next week. I gotta jump.
Hell yeah. Keep
Good
threading,
luck with the
y'all.
shows, Cat.
Heck yeah. We'll see you guys next
Peace.
Tuesday. Later.
See ya.